Hello folks, this is my Honda Rebel CMX 1100 SE DCT 2025. That configuration consists DCT dual clutch transmission instead of manual. In my opinion, that configuration and that bike, for me personally, would be better if there was a manual gearbox with stock quick shifter working on both directions, up and down. Why? Because in that way, having quick shifter, I can decide precisely in which moment I shift up and I shift down. This is important taking a corner. In the middle of the corner, when you close the throttle, then there is a risk and the motorbike will start to jerk. So that's the disadvantage. That's the only disadvantage, that's the characteristic. I don't like it specifically. The second thing, when I need to keep 50 kilometers an hour, 50-55, it's going on third gear. I would like to ride on fourth gear at that speed. So there is possibility to switch into manual or increase into 55. Then I can keep the fourth gear, but below 54 it shifts automatically third gear. So that's pretty difficult. I don't like that moment. That's why for me would be better manual gearbox with stock quick shifter, in my opinion, personally. However, after 10,000 kilometers, I have ordered CPU flash. There was cancelled second lambda sensor, oxygen sensor, because of Miller exhaust, and there was cancelled speed limiter, and I can enjoy the top speeds. I'm not enjoying because I'm not a crazy racer, and this is a type of cruiser, not a sport bike, but it's nice to roll on the throttle. 15,000 kilometers, it's nothing for Honda, it's nothing for a motorbike, but it's enough to tell a couple of words about the motorbike. I can say only positive things about that. It suits me well, it matches me, it's low, so I'm not a tall guy. For me it's perfect. So I have a problem, because here is 15,000 kilometers. Let's say there will be 30, and I'm wondering what am I going to buy as next bike? For sure something with front shield, with a better wind protection, because that is a nuisance that's disturbing me a lot. The wind pressure on the chest is huge at high speed, not necessarily at high, above 80 kilometers an hour. What accessories I got? Give protection, induction phone holder, Scott Euler e-system, Miller exhaust with certification for Europe and for Switzerland. I use it with the DB killer. I use it with. I don't like loud pipes, so for me it's really nice. Scott Euler. On my channel you'll find a review after 10,000 kilometers. So after 15,000 kilometers, it's perfect. The chain, the drive, as you can see, the chain tension is like it was when it was going out from a factory. I didn't move, I didn't tension the chain and drive. It looks like a new after 15,000 kilometers. So I absolutely love it. I really love it. That Scott Euler makes the drive effortless and maintenance free, in fact, like a shaft, for instance, in BMW or other motorbikes. Tires, minor use. They will keep another 15,000 kilometers for sure, just like brake pads. So everything is perfect, and we are running for another 15,000 kilometers. I suppose that after 30,000 I'll try to sell it and replace by another bike in order to make it sellable. With too high, too big mileage, that's gonna be difficult to sell it. So I'll try to sell it before. But until that moment, I will enjoy my bike. So now I'll tell you a couple of words during my ride. Hit the road. And we are back in the road. What I like to show you is riding around 50 in such a traffic on the fourth gear. On the third gear I can do it, sure, but it's a bit jerky, it's not that stable, it's really sensitive, the throttle is sensitive and sensible for even a small minor movement. Therefore it's nice to shift fourth gear. As you see, there is needed 65 to shift fourth gear. I can switch into manual, then it is gonna ride on the fourth gear, so it's such a inconvenience. This is what I don't like, but the more I ride, the less nuisance it is. So I get used to it. I simply get used to it. Very often I think, okay, this is the designer and Honda engineers thought, and they knew what they do, so I trust them in that terms. So that's the only thing which I don't like. Special features, special characteristics. I cannot wave to the other bikers just like that, because that mirror is on the way, so I need to say hello left up like this or like that. First days of riding Rebel with these kind of mirrors makes you notice it. It's not a problem. And second thing, when in Poland, when there's some boys, girls and kids are on the side of the road and they want you to spin, to roll on, to rev the engine, I have a DCT, so now imagine how can I rev it. I don't have clutch just to rev the engine. Kids like it, but having DCT disables that. Makes you cannot do it. it's not a key factor. I don't mind. Another characteristic, maybe because of the engine, the size of the engine is 1.1 liter nearly. I can feel in warm days, I can feel the heat on my knees. It's just like it was in Super Meteor 650, which was air cooled. This is liquid cooled, but maybe because of the size of the engine, I really feel on my legs such a heat. But it must be like today, plus 28 and more. So when I slow down around below 40, I can feel it. I'll show you how to fill up the tank. 14.16 liters. How to fill it up to a tank with a capacity of 14.0 liters. Now, how could it say my 9-year-old son? Magic. Summing up, Honda Rebel CMX 1100 SE DCT 2025 is a very good, outstanding, absolutely amazing and reliable motorbike. You don't have to be afraid of all the sensors and such things, complexity of design, construction and so on. Yes, maybe sensors and that stuff can be expensive when it fails, but it doesn't happen every day. Maybe after some time, but you don't have to be afraid. I'm not. The engine, as you well know, comes from Africa Twin, so it's like in a Tiger one, Maybach. Yes, it's Panzer. It's Panzer. Das ist ein Panzerkampfwagen, not a motorbike. Take it easy. You can ride around the world on it. I love it.